Let us destroy the heresiarch for one final time. Hexen! King of Plays. Hexen. Hexen. Pretty soon the only thing I'll be hearing out of my mouth is Hexen, Hexen, Hexen. Hexen, 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 Hexen. Hexen, Hexen. Hexen, Hexen, Hexen. That will be the encyclopedia about Hexen. Hexen, 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 Hexen. Hexen, Hexen. Oh! John, keep it going. Going in the sewers. Larger part of the sewers now, baby. And this is not a good map for the mage. Close quarters and reinforced. Reinforcements have arrived. No, wait, no. This is not Call of Duty. Shut up. Although there's people who play Call of Duty before. I mean, that's how I got popular recently, right? And then, like... Guys, what happened to Medal of Honor? There was supposed to be another. The Medal of Honor series. It's gone. I just find it funny that they're sold on, like, realism, and then they make a game where it's not realistic. People are like, I don't want to play this anymore. And it's just like, well, duh. What do you think they're playing it for? It's too unrealistic. I play video games to live a real life that I don't actually have. So, possibly I'm a badass, except not... Yeah, it is weird to have realistic games as a form of escapism. Especially if you're one of those people that plays simulators. Like, I don't mean like The Sims, because The Sims kind of gets self-aware and it just, like, doesn't try to take itself too seriously. I mean, like, Euro Truck Simulator or something like that. Or, like, Forklift Simulator, you know? Things that are trying to simulate actual things that people do for work. And, you know, it's really popular in Germany. Like, I think just as a certain segment as a joke, it's just like, okay, I go today, I work all day, and then I come home and play video games about the time I had at work. It's like, wow. Obsessive much? I don't know. I mean, that opportunity should exist to try to pretend to be something that is fundamentally boring, but I appreciate the attempt. Then again, you have stuff like Flight Simulator, and I already see the appeal of that. Especially if you recreate how the Earth sort of looks. Not like you can recreate everything. Like, I guess if you had, like, it based on Google Images, for instance, that could be something. Then you have to go and design a fake Earth for you to fly over. Here's an idea. Make a flight simulator that goes over, like, worlds that don't exist, like Third Earth. Or, you know, just make it so I can fly over Mars for no particular reason. Or other fictional worlds. Yo, I'm gonna fly over all Hyrule. Which one? I don't know. Pork later. It's a San Francisco treat, I'm told. The rice-a-roni item. It's in my inventory. It's ricing my ronies. Oh yeah. And this thing goes up. And then Cyborg beats a roni when it turns out to be a lady instead of a dude because plot necessities. Plot. Portable atrocities. Encapsulate portable atrocities en masse. Encapsulate portable atrocities en masse. I like how we try to classify other things. Portable atrocities en masse. Portable atrocities. Oh, you didn't think I was going to work in another Pokemon joke, did you? Too bad. I'm gonna let this gag run its course. Alright, course ridden. Alright, I'm in the vat. The chamber of vats. This is closing vats. Or it's the sewage plant. Or at least, I guess back then if you try to do some amount of sewage without actually having modern plumbing, you would just be making these large drain things, I suppose. Or maybe something they did in, like, ancient Rome or something. I don't know.
You know, we had some tech that got lost in the shuffle when those Dark Ages came around. Yeah, this whole game is Dark Ages. I'd spin the wheel, maybe spin the bottle too. Falcon Punch Shield! I could really use a Falcon on my shield right now. How about a Maltese Falcon Shield? It's sad, that's the other thing I know about Malta, is that damn artifact. Sorry, people from Malta. To be fair, though, if your country is small, then there's not much I know about you other than that you exist. So, I mean, you want me to learn about everybody? Alright. Now I wonder if it's like, when people are like small YouTubers, do they understand how a small country feels? Because you know what? I do now. Of course no one knows about me. Except I'm not a small person, so it's more about fame than the number of people. Well, technically it's about the number of people. Subscribers, right? That's what we're going by. That's the metric. Not the metric of the quality of people in your country. Oh, yes. Now you see my points. You're basing the whole thing on numbers the whole time when we should be going upon who is who. Follows you. Actually, if you have like a dedicated following 1,000 people, say 1,000 people give you $1 or Patreon. Bam. You don't even need more than 1,000 people. At all. Like a month? Yeah, that's it. 1,000 people just give me $1 a month. It costs you little collectively, but it helps me. Like, people think of things like that. Like, y'all. But then you don't have to be like, yes, I need 1 million people or whatever you want to bring people. It's like, no, dude. I just want to live. I want to live. I want to thrive so I can do more of these constantly. So, like, eventually all my needs will be taken care of. That I just have robots doing things around the house for the sole purpose so I can play more video games. Hey, that's living the dream, my friend. I like to say I'm not ambitious to a fault, but I have ambitions, not to the detriment of the entire world, but enough where I could be like, well, it's more like a fantasy than like a world conquest situation. You know? Live your dreams. Or how about people who just want to, like, you know, hang out with, like, painters, like, let's all paint. Or, like, people who live in a commune, it's like, okay, we're gonna live together, live off the land. It's like, well, I guess you're living the, like, there's some level of ambition in there, but it's not like your goal is ambition. Ambition is the tool you use to get to a place, do other things. Same thing to be said about it. And fame, for that matter. Like, don't make your goal fame. Realize that fame or attention itself, you know, might be a tool, but you don't want to call it a tool like you use it. Money's more a tool. When you make a tool more associated with people, then, well, maybe you're the tool. Or you're a band named Tool. You ever think of that? More like Stool. Yeah. This is probably the least worthwhile thing I have to do to activate the thing, is to just waltz through that spot in particular, Forsaken Outpost, just so I had to have a chance at the axe key. Ridiculous. Let me ask you several questions that I ask 1,000,000 times. I will ask you and your son, Axon Mobile. Exxon Mobile. Yeah, I'm not the first person to be like, oh man, Exxon, that sounds a lot like Enron. Ho 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 ho. They're not the same, thankfully. Although one's a gas company, so I don't know how much of a difference that's gonna make. Into fracking is deprived us of all our oils, and then we're like, well, how can we make more? I know! We shall recreate the dinosaurs so that they can die 1,000,000 years later and give more oil to our future selves that are totally gonna live that long. Haha, haha, no, you're false. It's like, no, we can make oil based on corpses and they kill people. It's like, ah, we'll live now. Do people have a lot realize how many people don't necessarily have that much? I have the powers of invincibility. Let's see if I'm smart enough not to screw up the surface too much. or if I'm going to screw up the surfing thing and then, like, wonder why the fuck nothing's happening. Because it's going to happen. Well, actually, no, you know what? Lightning is very focused. So, actually, I'm not going to fuck it up. There we go. Mission proceeding as planned. The mission proceeds. As your hair recedes, you go bald, wear a hat. It looks good on you. I'll tell you what, if I go bald, I'll probably end up wearing hats. But it'll be like, I want like a top hat. Like, I don't want to wear like a freaking baseball cap like I used to do, because that was back when I was baseball. Now, it's not even like I had a falling out with sports. It's just more like, I can't do this anymore. Like, sports are games, yes. But also, that's just my critique of sports. Is I need variety, my dude. Esports are almost going in a similar direction. It's just like, well, how much do I want to hear about the same 10 esports all the time? I don't. It's more like 30, but still, my point stands. I can't get into it like I could have. It also reflects in how I don't play games for the purpose of competition necessarily. Competition is fun. It is. You just have to... That type of game doesn't feel as productive. I guess maybe it could. I mean, you're setting your focus against other people, but... It's just weird to me to do competitions where I'm just like, well, I'm trying to treat you like you're the enemy in a game. And that, I guess a game that does that in more particular fashions, like Mafia, Town of Salem, Among Us, Werewolf game, whatever the fuck. You know, the social engineering game. I can't stand playing a social engineering game as much as I wanted to try that the first few times, because I realized what I was doing, and it was just like, it's a game where you have to manipulate to win, and I just don't want to do that. Also, it kind of loses its jive when you're just like, you realize you're just arguing with people anyways. It's like, I'm real! No, wait, no, it was a ruse, you know, like, you have to practice lying. Forget it. And then with like a regular ordinary competition game, it's just more like, I will defeat you in combat! And then you just like brutalize your friend. It's like, had enough? It's like, go easy on me! It's like, no! You know, either that or it's the other way around. It's just like being on the receiving end. It's like, this is fun anymore. Can I win a few times? Yeah, like, people know. It's not real, it's not much to worry about, but I guess when you're... I guess pitting wits against another wit is enough of an issue that you can consider it real enough in your mind. That could be a hard life to just fight people in games. No matter your persuasion, even in like a puzzle game. You're gonna Tetris attack your head until it's like turn into beautiful pink heart blocks. Oh yeah, speaking of, we do have something that is almost similar to a lipstick at the house. At least I've heard of such. There's like a flower, fake flower thing. I'm just like, hey, that's lipstick. Like, lip and it's a stick. Yeah, that's the joke. Oh yeah, Lip being the protagonist of Nippon, which then got turned to Tetra Tech because of reasons, okay? We needed to sell this to American audiences who would not play puzzle games otherwise, unlike us anime intellectuals. It's like, well, I don't even mean anime, I just mean like shoujo intellectual. There we go. How can we convince the Americans to play something in Sailor Moon without actually making Sailor Moon? Of course! Fucking Yoshi. They'll recognize that. And it's still Japanese, so we win in the long run. I did eventually get good at Tetris Attack. Chances are I don't know if I'd have that kind of patience in another puzzle game, but it's good to know if I want to work hard in another puzzle game, I'd probably go. I almost have something like that in Woods, actually. Pretty close. At least in terms of the versus modes, I do. But versus the AI. It feels like I'm trying to conquer a program rather than a person, so it's okay. It's alright, the computer had parachutes, so they're okay. It's the parachute mean you're okay? As a matter of fact, it isn't. Alright, Tien, shut up. As a matter of fact, it isn't. And I just got bodied by fireballs. What else is new? Alright, I've saved a lot of magic this time around, thank goodness for that. And I'll have more than enough for the next hub, not to mention a shit ton of extras you get during the final boss fight. And this is still my least favorite intermission. Like, I guess it's supposed to have some sort of finality, or just like, shit's getting real now, we got nothing else to say. Hero goes on the hero journey. The journey of the hero. A hero sandwich. And then, if you end it too soon, you won't notice the text going, damn! So, yeah. Now you know why I give space to these things, in case such things happen. No, I give space to these things because I like having a space between when I start and when I finish, so. Part of that is allowing the audience to read, part of that is giving me time to say my piece before I decide that's it. But I really could actually just cut off here. I've actually done that once or twice with something. And then there's like the one time where I recorded, but the recording kept going when I closed the game. And, you know, you can see my desktop, I was like, oops. So that's happened a few times. You're not going to see that, but yeah. Blooper reel, this is not